Hello. Okay. For one thing, pay attention to your dreams right now. The High Priestess card has been coming out a lot, and today specifically, we got 3 messages around intuition. So intuition is very, very strong. And I just woke up from a dream, like literally, like 10 minutes ago, maybe max. Um, and there were messages in there that prompted this, and there's a message yesterday that I know is connected to this, specifically around communication. But today I want to talk about the tens. So 811 could be related to this because 8 plus 2 equals 10, but we're talking about the tens, and you can really see this through the tarot. So the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and we are actually like straight up avoiding the 10 of Wands. It's been shown that we are protected from that, but there is a warning coming through for me, and this could also be for other people, but around 10 of Swords, which is really having to do with self-obsessed communication where you are neglectful of the people that matter to you most. So that could be your family, that could be your friends, where you are out of it. You're not be able to keep up. You are grouping your family into a monolith. You are losing individual relationships, and you are losing timelines, like track of what's happening in other people's life. Basically, your relationship with your family is based around what's happening in your life, and especially around like a certain event that is triggering trauma, and it could be communication. So what I saw in the dream was it was like life after subtweeted. And it seemed like it was the life of somebody who is in the limelight after being subtweeted. It was probably something negative that somebody said about them, like someone else. I don't know. I never saw the person. I never saw the subtweet. But it was life after subtweeted, and there was a group chat with this person and their family, and they just like were missing the mark in terms of being compassionate, in terms of being there, being present in their communication. They were like missing the fact that their mom wasn't at the stylist. She was doing something after her. She was already at the stylist. Like she was like her sister was having a wedding. She was like not really focused, or the wedding became about her. So there's a lot of neglect with family relationships, and I saw that as a warning for the 10 of Swords. I also, in another dream the night before, I'm reading that as a warning, because we're looking at all the tens. And then from the night before, there was this thing around, I was reminded of this person that I met a couple years ago, or last year, who I haven't spoken to in a year since I left this place. And I was thinking, at least my communication isn't that bad, because we both talked about having such horrible communication. And I was like, oh, thank goodness I'm not that bad. Even though I understand how they get there, because we probably share the same issue, but you have to be accountable for your communication issues. So there's something around not letting accountability slip from your hands, not making excuses for yourself, being very active in ensuring that you protect your relationships, even in times where there's a lot of energy on you, a lot of pressure on you, a lot of light on you, and it's easy to only see yourself or not be able to see what's around you and, kind of feel blinded by the light. You need to still ground yourself in remembering, in being involved in other people's lives. If you find yourself being at the center of it all, try to get involved in the people's lives who you love most in order to remain grounded and protect those relationships, because they're very important. And then there is another confirmation, I think, around communication, because I saw a TikTok that was like, you living your best life and then remembering that you left your friend on red for a week. And she like dives in to go communicate. So like we all have these things. Communication can be really hard, and I'm not one to judge because I'm really bad at it. I've been bad at it in the past, but it's something that I'm actively trying to get better at, because it really does ruin relationships. Like it really does. And you can't bully yourself about it, which I also remembered. You cannot bully yourself about it because it will actually only make it worse. But you do want to be accountable. So when you get those promptings, when somebody messages you, respond to them right away, especially if they're people that you really care about. Try not to procrastinate. Try not to push it back, okay? Just try to protect your communication. In general, just try to communicate properly. If you need to, delete social media, delete distractions that could prevent you from communicating properly with the people that you love, or that could get you in your head and get you very self-obsessed. Just protect your communication. It's very important that you are able to stay connected to what matters most, stay grounded to what matters most, okay? So I think that's just the warning around communication, the warning around the Ten of Swords. In the dream, we hadn't necessarily picked up the Ten of Swords, but that's how it showed up as a warning to me, and it's been showing up for the past few days, so I just want to include that because it's real and it can happen, and I actually said a little prayer just to ask Spirit to protect me from that and to give me the strength to not step into that, not fall into that, because I don't want to. It's a horrible thing to neglect your relationships through communication, and it's very hard to come back, especially if there are really important things happening in people's lives, and there was an important event in my dream, one that you can't really forget about, you can't really replace. So yeah, it's just important. So if you need to say a little prayer of protection or something like that, if you want to ask your family to hold you accountable, whatever you want to do, just do it, because those relationships are super important. So that's a warning about the Ten of Swords. Nothing to be afraid of, just to be aware of. So you now know you can act differently and ensure that you protect yourself. Even if you want to do like Reiki, I feel like it's so powerful to see my hands right here. So I'm thinking, even if you want to do some type of like Reiki protection or just some type of energetic cleansing, body healing, I don't know. Anyways, so why we're talking about the tens. So actually this is funny because the tens showed up today through the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, I think, and then maybe also yesterday. And then also the Wheel of Fortune has been in my mind somehow, but I don't exactly know how. Like, I don't remember how. I just know now that I'm talking about it that I've actually been wanting to talk about it. And I actually have been seeing 1010s, not very, very often, like at all, but I have seen it. So yeah, it's kind of like, it's vaguely circling. But I want to specifically, but the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups were two cards that were just found by my sister. She handed them to me. Cards that I just, were under chairs, under cushions in my home. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it's funny because I was doing readings this whole time, and those cards, I guess I never even noticed. They didn't need to come out, but they were hidden. They were stacked away. So in this dream, it was the Wheel of Fortune that we were already spinning around. They said, hold on when something happens. And I was like, what? And then it started happening, and they're like, hold on. And so you're spinning around the Wheel of Fortune. So we've already collected the Wheel of Fortune. That's the first 10. Then we are put on this path, and I'm aware that we already have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, this is been assured, basically. I don't know how we pick it up. It doesn't give any information around it, but it's just like you have it. I would even say that through the warning around the Ten of Swords, because this person seemed to be very much so in a position of limelight, it feels like Ten of Pentacles. And because there was so much around family, I could even say Ten of Cups. There's also those connections there in abundance, and the group chat energy also feels like connected energy. So I would say that there's already information around the fact that the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles is present. And then we were on this path towards, moving towards what would then be the Ten of Wands. It was almost like a door, I guess. And it was, gray. And, but I didn't really, I just kind of knew that it was the Ten of Wands. And then we turned right. So we've avoided the Ten of Wands. You're not going to be getting the Ten of Wands. So to me, this is actually very exciting. Hold on. Let me just cut this. Let me just delete some stuff because I don't want to. Oh, I already have it open. Hold on. I just had to delete some things so I have enough room on my computer. So I'm excited. I wanted to do a reading around the tens, and specifically maybe around 8-11, what that can mean, but so I saw 8-11 because I got a notification pop up after I said my little prayer. I was hoping it was some type of confirmation, but it said, I am totally committed to making positive changes in my life. I am totally committed to making positive changes in my life. So this feels like something that is self-involved, like you are taking the direction towards this, you're taking the action towards this. So these tens could absolutely have something to do with you having to take the charge, you having to make a decision to accept these tens. Though what I also think it could mean is having a level of self-acceptance around the change that's about to come into your life, because we didn't get a clear, like, the only warning was about the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Wands was clearly being showed that we had avoided it, that we turned right. So we are turning away from the Ten of Wands. That door was closed. I don't think that's something to even think about, which also means there's a burden. A burden has been avoided. Future burdens are being avoided. So, like, relief seems to be the big thing here. The main thing that would be, that comes from this change, that could come from this change, would be mental stress, anxiety, mental anguish, which creates problems in your communication. Ten of Swords. So that was really the big warning. But because the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups felt assured, and the Ten of Wands was already assured because the Ten of Wheel of Fortune was already assured because we were spitting on it. I'm not sure this is a matter of, like, you having to go out and get the Ten of Cups, you having to go out and get the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like it's more so, like, you allowing this change to really be a part of your life, not seeing this as like something that's temporary and like, oh, it's here and you're here for the wild ride, and then like you go back to this way of living. It's like, once this change comes in, this is your new life, and you make changes based off of how you are living now. Like, you don't it's like avoiding scarcity mindset, where you like go and splurge in a bunch of like stupid things and don't begin to invest in this new quality lifestyle. You know what I mean? Which is also has to do with Ten of Swords, right? So if you enter into a new level of wealth, and then you start to mess up all your relationships with your family because you're getting caught up in some stupid anxiety around something that someone that you don't know and you don't care about said about you. And because it's also subtweeted, which is what I was getting in the dream, which is what I saw in the dream, it wasn't even direct communication. It's probably like gossip or just like just talk about you. It's like, don't let the petty things slow you down and build up a life for you that is super superficial and super shallow. So being committed to making positive changes in your life is uplifting the people around you that are a part of your life, that are a part of your world. So your family, your friends, the people you care about most. Uplifting a higher quality of emotion, a higher quality of living. Now that you have access to this new wealth, now that you have access to limelight, to whatever it is that can get you ahead, that can move you forward. So it's about taking this opportunity, this change that has come into your life, this transformation, this positive turn that has come into your life, taking that and running with it, instead of taking it and then like freaking out over it and doing a bunch of self-sabotaging things. And this is not because this is necessarily something that is going to, like, you can lose it. It wasn't really giving that. It's just giving that, it was in the dream, it was just giving that, like, it's not enjoyable, you know, if you're circulating around the drama, if you're circulating around the talk, if you're circulating around the anxiety. It's most enjoyable, which I didn't get to necessarily see the other half, but you have to imagine, right? It's probably much better if you are actively engaged with the people who you are coming up with, who you love, who've been there before, right? And you're getting to see everybody enjoy and have a good time, and everyone be uplifted, everybody's life change, rather than it just being your life that changes and it's all about you. You want to spread the wealth, spread the love, spread it around. Be smart with your money, obviously. If you are actually coming into money, you want to be patient and, you know, invest when you're ready and all of these things. Don't go overboard. But with family, they're not going to be expecting you to. Family that loves you wouldn't be expecting you to do all these crazy things. They just want a relationship with you. So staying grounded in that way will help you to really enjoy this, what's coming into your world. This card, this feels like it could be like the start of a new day. This card I have yet to put back into the other deck that I have that I got from my friend. Yeah, but okay, so let's go ahead. But this is like taking your future into your own hands, right? Taking your future into your own hands and not waiting for somebody else to call you into certain positions, not waiting for somebody else to give you the key, not waiting for somebody else to, you know, give the okay, to give the pass. Like, you are directing your life at this point. You've been protected from 10 of Wands, which means you've been protected from burdens. You've been protected from burnout. You've been protected from, you know, heavy weight, everything that comes with 10 of Wands, which is just talking about really feeling dragged down. And that's funny because 10 of Wands has really been coming out recently. So it is kind of funny that that's something that you're protected from. Like, I literally saw in the dream that we turned away from that. But okay, so Spirit, what messages do you want to share about the 10s? Because I've shared with you everything from my dreams. That's the first time I've ever gotten a dream that I've shared completely with as a reading. And oh, look at that, there's a 10 of Cups. That's the first time I've ever gotten a dream that this is the first time I'm doing a reading where it's based on a dream completely. So this could also be change in terms of, like, upgrades in terms of your intuition and how that informs your work. We have the King of Wands, 7 of Cups, 7 of Wands, the Emperor. Yeah, this could be a change in your, like, a strengthening of your intuition could help you with your business or with your creativity or something. But okay, so we have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. Hold on. Hold on, I'm going home. I mean, I think of balance, just looking at this girl in tree pose, and being grounded with what you've got. Yeah, but these were turned upside down, weren't they? Does that matter at all? Oh, look at this. We have partnership here with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. It could be perhaps that this is just something that you don't see. But I want to shuffle and I want to clarify because I'm not really picking up anything specifically yet. It just feels like there's, we have the 4 of Cups. Okay, yeah. This could totally be something that you don't see. Oh my God, look at that. There's 8-11. Okay, so this could be something that you don't see. So it feels like your gaze, our gaze, because this could be a collective message, and so, you know, you take it how it resonates, but our gaze could be focused on the, and it's not necessarily negative, because I know with the 4 of Cups, there's always this connotation of like, oh, she's not grateful, she's lazy, she's bored. But just thinking about if this is a collective message and this is timely, then thinking about my own life, this doesn't necessarily have to be like negative, right? So it could be that your energy, you could be maxed out on energy. You could also be maxed out in friendship. You could be in need of a new friend. You could be in need of a new relationship because maybe you're sensing that you don't really have any friends or any relationships outside of family relationships. That could also be something that you need. Like you need new friends that are also family, that can become family as well. But your gaze could be kind of fixed on where your power seems to be right now, which is what you can see in your hand. And where your power is right now is you're great with creativity. You're great with expressing yourself. You're great with creating joy for yourself. You're great with working independently. You're great with creating your own comfort, but also challenging your comfort zone. You're very strong in your independence and your creative sovereignty. And you're great at working your magic. So that's where your gaze is fixed right now. That's where you stand strong. That's where you're sturdy. There is something, and you're open to receiving because it also feels like you've poured out a lot. Like you've been creating a lot and using your resources, and you might be kind of running dry on resources right now, but you're in fertile land, and I think you're aware of that. So you're just kind of here, like working through what you've got. And maybe you're also taking a break from engaging heavily in relationships. Look at that, 10-10. You might be taking a break right now from engaging heavily in relationships. I've also been feeling like the spider thingies, the spider webs, the crawlies, all over my body. It's no longer just my nose. Like I've been feeling them all over my body, just at random points. I wonder if that's like supposed to be a sign for me, like whenever I feel that maybe I'm supposed to share a message or something. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out, but these are just new things I've noticed. And I want to share because all that intuition has been coming forward. I don't know if this is permanent change, but because of the message that I had around the number 38 and March 10th, and it was like talking about a breakdown of systems, and now we're in Hanged Man energy, which is like you're in the chrysalis, basically. You're going to transform, you are transforming, or you are transforming when you're in the chrysalis. So that's 12-12 energy. I feel like this could be energy that's permanent. Like this could be foretelling to you what is coming in and what is like staying, which also feels like the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles are staying. This change is bringing about change that is going to stay. This is permanent change. So anyways, yeah, it feels like there are certain cups that you've run through. There are certain relationships that you've run through. There are certain resources that you've run through. But you're in fertile land. You're in fertile land in terms of there are seeds that you can plant. But of course you need energy to water those seeds. You need water to water those seeds so they can grow. And it feels like you could have been working off of cups, off of energy that you have to replenish. Or once they are done, they're kind of done. And you would have to go search and scour for something to fill it up again. Or you would need to do exchanges. But it feels like you are receiving something that is connected to an endless source of abundance. So this feels connected to the 10 of Cups. So what this could also be, because this could be a divine inheritance. This could be an inheritance. This could be a divine inheritance, an ancestral inheritance. This could be like your purpose, because your purpose should be able to sustain you throughout your life if it's your true life purpose, because like it's the thing that you should be doing, so you should be able to do it and survive while doing it, because you're supposed to do it your whole life long, I would imagine. So it should be something that's abundant. This could also be finding, what's it called? What's that thing, that kind of wealth where it sustains you, like you make money while sleeping? Like, what kind of wealth is that? But either way, it's giving like long-term longevity, legacy. What kind of wealth? What kind of money do you make while sleeping? Hold on, because I just want to find the word for it. What is it called when you make money? Passive income. So this could be passive income, like something that like sustains on its own. You don't always have to be taking care of it, which also could be why the Page of Pentacles was reversed, because you could be moving out of this humble energy around money where you are constantly, like, it is really on you to stay balanced. And when you're not balanced, like, everything is off. Like, your financial wealth and your financial health is really dependent on you, which is a lot of pressure. And that really is like really connected to also young adulthood. Like when you're in your young adulthood, specifically like in your 20s, and you're out of your parents', boundary of being taken care of, but you're still young, and so you don't like have a really strong foundation to be financially free yet. You can be in the Page of Pentacles, so things could be really wobbly and constantly just trying to have to make it work. You could be constantly living like paycheck to paycheck. You could be in debt. Like you're really just trying to balance it and make do with what you've got, and that's normal for your early adulthood. But a lot of people also live that way throughout their life, because this is a very difficult world to live in when it comes to money if you are not because of so many things. There's so many intersecting things that influence what kind of life you have and what kind of wealth you have access to. But it feels like you are being handed some type of cup that is long-lasting, self-preserving, intergenerational, generational. Like, this is something that goes beyond you. This is something that is connected to the sky. So something that is passed down to you, handed down to you from the heavens. So this could be something that you really do receive from your ancestors. This could be something that you receive from a past life. But either way, this is an inheritance where the flow never stops. Like, the flow it's like from the universe, right? So it will not end. This is something that should sustain you. This is something that doesn't lessen in vibrancy, doesn't lose its color. This is something that is rich and magic and is connected to a greater source, to a higher power. So this really could be something that is connected to your calling, your purpose. This could be something that really emotionally draws at you, spiritually draws at you, and you are receiving this thing. You are being given this thing, and you are going to receive it. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like you're going to be moving out of a barren landscape. And I don't mean barren in the sense that there's like no opportunities around you, because there are. There's life around you. There's space around you. There's greenery around you. You're not like in like a dry, desert. But the type of life that seems to be surrounding you is a life where like things are already established. Like the way of life is already there. There's nothing you are going to be able to do to change. Like there's things you could do, but it would require so much work, so much advocacy that isn't worth it. And it could be like you are on somebody else's turf. Like things have just already been established in like either the space that you're in, the house that you're in, the city that you're in, the timeline that you're in. And so you're being given like a gateway to a different kind of world. I really do see like the beach here, which is funny because it's such a stark change in location, because it's like going from like the forest to the beach, or like going from like farmland to the beach. Either way, it's like a different, it's a move, it's a shift in environment in terms of sight as well. But I really do see the beach here, and that's something that's reoccurring, like the beach, because I see sand and I see water. So it could be like a change. Your physical location could change, which means like the temperature could also change. But yeah, it feels like you are on somebody else's turf, and you are being given something that can move you into a form of independence that you need. I also here, now that I'm looking at it again, I see two halves being connected here. I see two people that are ultimately receiving something that is going to bring them to the same place. And making your stamp, like you've made your stamp. So someone also could be making I think this might be a separate message, but it could also be the same message. But it's connected, but this is now like, you know what I mean? All these cards hold multiple messages. So now like this is like the next level. So this is also something else. So here in the 10 of Cups, there's two people. There's these two women, and now with the 4 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, I see both of the women. So this is like a mirroring type of situation, and we saw that because we have the Queen of Wands, and then at the back of the deck before we had the King of Wands. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles, a Knight of Cups. So this is telling me that this is a love relationship between these two people. So it could be a queer relationship for people who that resonates for. Someone that you're going to have a family with, someone that you're going to share a life with, something that you're going to build a life with, build a home with. And this is spanning an age range. Some of you could be like in your early adulthood. Some of you could be older. You don't need to be super young, but I see like an age range of like early adulthood, like maybe like, yeah, I mean it could be teens because there are kids here. So like young to like middle age and older. Like this is across age ranges. So this is definitely a collective energy that's coming through. Like many people are receiving a shift. Everybody's life is changing in one way or another. And love, I think, is the focal point, which I think is awesome, because it's something that we all really need, and it's something that we've all felt for a very long time. So I am wondering if this is the thing that we've all been waiting to receive, because I know for so long, so many readers have been picking up on the exact same energy, the exact same type of readings we've all basically been doing, and just like waiting for it to come to fruition. I do wonder if this is it, like if this is what's coming through, because I see just a whole, like this is not just one person, this is a collective energy. You just figure out where you fit in. But anyways, yeah. So there's just mirroring here, like everybody's receiving. There's something that you're receiving that is going to spread out, or there's something that you are creating that is going to spread out. Like you've put your stamp, and like it mirrors like you embody like the gift that you've been giving, you embody, and it's grounded in you in such a way that it's also stamped into the earth. So like when you move throughout the earth, especially when you're moving in balance, when you're moving in harmony, that energy, that gift, like really moves out into the physical space of that you are within. And so that's also how this person might be able to build their business. It's this energy of like where you go, your energy sticks, and you plant a seed. But it's not like planting a seed, it's like stamping your mark there, and then you become recognizable through this thing that you do, through this thing that you have that is natural to you, that is that you do when you are in balance, that you do when you are guided, that you do like when you are in tune. It's something that is just natural to your essence, and it might be something that you've always been able to do. And this is something that also could lead you to your wealth. It's like something, it could be a gift that you've been given, a gift that you've inherited, especially with the Pentacles. Like it could be an ancestral gift. And so, but it's really powerful. And when you move in that energy, you make your stamp on the earth. And, you know, that could be a way that you make a path for yourself. Moving through this energy, you clear a way, you create land, you create space for yourself, and it's your territory, because like you mark your territory with that. So I see like there's that way that somebody could be coming through. This could be somebody's dance style, like the way that they dance. That could be like something where like they are creating a lane for themselves. That's like a very specific message. But yeah, also like somebody with fashion, like somebody might be able to sew in a really beautiful way, or might weaving or sewing, something like that, and like the creations that they're able to make. Not necessarily patterns, but just like able to craft something beautiful, able to put something together that is beautiful and very, like the texture is very like, feels very natural, feels like linen, natural like linen, or like, I don't know, like, it's, there's something specific about like the texture, but like the way you weave, the way things are sewn together. So there's something here around movement and the way things are weaved together. That also connects to dance though, like the way you flow, the way you move. There's a certain thing that you've got, and when you do that, your stamp becomes permanent, because it's something that is really in harmony with your surroundings. It's something that might be really in harmony with the earth, or really in harmony with the energies of this time, the cosmos of this time, like really connect to your energy. So when you do that, it really helps build your abundance, because like the universe is like, yeah, like I recognize that, I like that, I get that, I'm flowing with that. Astrology could be really important. Like it could really help you out this lifetime. You could be really gifted in how your astrology is working out, especially when it comes to your creativity, because the universe could really just sign off on everything that you do creatively, because it just connects to it, or it's easy to flow within your energy. So if you're able to be an easy channel for the energy, for the universe to flow through, that's great, because then they'll just flow through you easily and be drawn towards your energy, and you can really use that, harness that to create a life for yourself down here on this planet that is sustaining, self-sustaining, and hopefully you would use that gift to spread that outward, to make space for others as well. But yeah, I see something here around creating your own space, creating your own lane, putting your own stamp on things. So anyways, let's keep going. What are the 10 second events? What are the 10 second events? Yeah, 444 is also like a pattern that we've been seeing a lot, which is connected to the 12s. Look at that. Oh, I wanted to say it was the High Priestess, but I guess it wasn't. So we have Justice, and we have the 7 of Cups, who's come out quite a bit too. Okay, so it wasn't the High Priestess, so I can't say it was her, but I thought it was. It's just the Queen of Wands. And we got Death, and we got, yeah. So anyways, I am feeling like a chatty Cathy. So we've got Justice and the Seven of Wands. Something could be a pain in the butt. Not the Seven of Wands, sorry, the Seven of Cups. You could be defensive of all the opportunities that you have, of all the things that are in front of your face. You could be, not bitter about them, not resentful, but what's it called? Curious, suspicious. You could be suspicious of what's been placed in front of you. I feel like, you could be suspicious about what's been placed in front of you. But I need to think more about it. Hold on. Could be a situation of like only time will tell what's going to work out. There could be some kind of energy that really needs to come through your hands. Like, your hands could be heated. And it could be like there's something you might need to work with your hands or do something with your hands. You could be into molding. You could be into like clay molding or like glass making, something like shaping. Like there's something about like working with your hands and creating things with your hands. And like I feel like your hands need to be an integral part of it. Like you know the way that mountains, oh look at that 2727. I don't know exactly what that means, but like 9. That's what that is, 99. But also it could be just like the pattern of, it could be the number 7s also. Sorry. So you know the way that mountains are like shaped like by the hands of God. Like every mountain is different. No mountain has the same shape. It's something like that. Like there's something specific about your hands and the way that they're able to move and even what we were talking about before with that Page of Pentacles, like there's something specific about the way that you can mold something or craft something. So it doesn't need to be necessarily a specific molding type of art form, though visual art could be a gift for you. But even when I was looking at the cups, like I was thinking of like, yeah, even just a sense of cups, like a physical object could be connected to the way that you are accessing this gift, like something that you create in the physical, and it feels like something that is like carved or molded, but it doesn't, I'm not necessarily getting clay, like it's not necessarily feeling like clay. I don't know what else that would be though, but it's like something that molds, but it's just like, you know how mountains are so individual in their look. It's something like that. Like your hands create very specific shapes. Even when I was in my orthodontist's office, I saw this vase, or well, it was actually a fishbowl. Oh, look at the moon. I saw this fishbowl that was, I was supposed to be also doing moon readings, wasn't I? Yeah, I was. And that fishbowl, well, we have the King of Wands again. And that fishbowl was carved so uniquely, and I noticed that. And I thought it was really cool. So there's something like that. There's like a place for you. And you know what? Also, I noticed an ad for like these vases. Maybe it is something that starts off soft that you work with when it's soft, and then its creation, its ending thing, like the end result is hard and it's formed and it's solid, and that's something like there's a gift there for people who maybe are able to mold. Like there's something about the way you work with your hands and what it ends up creating it's really nice. So there's something there, but I don't feel like this message is done. But I want to look at the King of Wands and the Nine of Swords. To be honest, I tried to not look at the Nine of Swords. I noticed it from before, and I was like, and I decided to ignore it. But It wants to come out, obviously, so now I'm going to look at it. And now we have the King of Wands back from before. He was there before at the back of the deck. And now it's funny because we've switched places. So this could also be like, so the mirroring that was happening before with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, it wasn't mirroring necessarily, or like it wasn't really mirroring, but they were just both present. They've switched places now because we've got the Queen of Wands at the back of the deck and the Page of Pentacles, yeah. So, so this could also be that the Four of Cups energy could be more connected to the King of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles energy could be more connected to the Queen of Wands. So that also could mean that like that physical molding thing that we were talking about could be connected to the Queen of Wands. So this really could be the creative thing that you've got your eyes on, that you've got your gaze is fixed on. Anyways, I think I'm going to confuse myself if I try to look at that too much. But the King of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So let's just look at what this is talking about for a second. I mean, okay, honestly, the King of Wands feels like a form of like spiritual power and spiritual protection. So back to the Ten of Swords warning, where there's that subtweeted, life after subtweeted, and so there's like all of this stress and anxiety around perhaps what people were saying about you, and there was that energy in the reading in the very beginning. This could be like the King of Wands could be a protective energy that is going to, if you allow it, when you allow it, let's say it that way. As you allow it to come into your life, this King of Wands energy, this is going to protect you. This is going to shield you. Wow. The thing is, though, that like this might not necessarily be something that is coming from within you. This could be another person's energy that is coming and that is going to be your shield and going to be your protector against a lot of like mental anguish, anxiety, fear. This is like someone that is looking out for you, someone that really has your back, someone that really wants to protect you. Especially in a time of need, like when you are really anxious and mentally down, mentally drained. Yeah, I think that this is the protector. Like, this King of Wands seems to be the protector, because now that I'm looking at this Nine of Swords is still connected to the Page of Pentacles, which was that other energy. Okay, so scratch the whole, like, the Four of Cups might be connected to this guy. This guy just feels separate from the situation as a whole. Everything, like, well, okay, I won't say scratch the Four of Cups thing. Because there was mirroring there, though I feel like that could be like a friend, you know what I mean? But anyways, this feels like a protector. This guy feels like a protector. I would even say more than friends, right? Like if that other dynamic between the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, and there was the two women, that could be a queer relationship. But that could also just be a friendship, like a really meaningful friendship where like the inner child is really connected. It could be a childhood friend, could be a friend that you feel like you've known your whole life. It could be a friend where like your children will play together, you will raise your children together, like that kind of deep bond. Or it could be a romantic relationship. But this feels like someone who is a friend and more than a friend. Three of Cups and Four of Wands, because I saw 3, 3, 3, 4, which is like just the four. So this is someone that is like family, but not like platonic, you know, and not like familial. Like this is like someone that could be really a lot more than that. This could be someone that is a divine partner, a divine union. Yeah. And quite handsome, if I'm not saying so myself. This is be somebody that has always been meant for you and always fated for you, which is why like they have the ability to come in and like clear out all of this anxiety, clear out all of this trauma. And it feels like they've really got the power to do it. They really got the ability to do it. This could be someone that, though the King of Wands is, a masculine energy, the lion here always makes me think of Sekhmet, the goddess Sekhmet. This King of Wands could be really connected to the goddess Sekhmet, really hold that energy within them. Because, you know, like, goddesses are not just feminine, like, they are everything. And yeah, they have the ability to really protect, fiercely protect, and wipe away, you know, the crows, wipe away the sounds, wipe away that stress. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me just see if there's, like, anything else here, because I just don't really feel like the Justice, like, I feel like the Justice card here with the Seven of Cups is maybe just talking about, like, timing. I don't know, man. Like, I think, like, when I see this, I just feel like weighing your options. Like, I feel like there's this energy of, like, weighing your options and kind of waiting for the right time. But I also feel like there's a bit of, like, a stalling energy here, because I'm not quite certain that you're going to be picking, like, any of these. You know what I mean? Like, you could just be waiting for, like, the tables to turn. So you're just, like, here and you're pretending like you're meditating, but really, like, you're keeping an eye open because you've got this feeling like something else is coming up that's not within your awareness yet, that's not within your vicinity, but, like, you've got a sense about it, you've got an inkling about it. So you're just, like, kind of, like, here, like low-key stalling. But you're in this state where you're like, okay, like, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, you know, I could do this, I could be looking at that, but really it feels like you're like, okay, when is this other thing that I feel like is coming, right? And, like, in another sense, that could be exactly what is happening with the Nine of Swords. Like, you're, like, anxious about this, you're anxious about that, you're thinking about this, but you're here, you know, on your knees, waiting it out. It's not like you're, like, dying because of it. You're not at the Ten of Swords. This is the Nine of Swords. So you're not letting it, you know, take you out. You're not letting it take you out. You're not letting it cut off your communication. Crying is a form of communication. Crying is a form of expression. She's not letting it cut out her communication. She's expressing herself. Being anxious is a form of expression. So she's still allowing, you know, energy to move through her. So that's a sign that you're not giving up. And I think that that's important because it's like you're waiting, you know, you're waiting for the next step. You've got to go through this. If you're feeling anxious, you can't, like, how do you, you know, fight it? Like, it is what it is. But it's instead of avoiding the energy like I was trying to do, instead of avoiding it and ignoring it, allowing it to be there, allowing it to happen, allowing the anxiety to wash over you, allowing the fears to be there, allowing yourself to cry, allowing yourself to mull, also allows for the ability for someone to come in and protect you, for someone to come in and take over, for someone to come in and show you their strength, for someone to come in and show you that they're on your side. You know, sometimes we have to be vulnerable and put ourselves in a position where we allow ourselves to be scared in order for someone to show up and be like a knight in shining armor, but not a knight in shining armor because you don't necessarily need to be saved, but just to show you that you are worthy and deserving of protection, and that you don't always have to do it all on your own, that there are people that want to protect you, that there are people that want to be by your side and want to give to you without, you know, seeking really anything in return. It's just their nature to protect. It's their nature to serve. You might be needing to be shown that, and so you're being put in a position where, like, you're, you know, in distress, so that you can be shown that there are people that just want to give to you. Which, you know, I'm seeing right now in my personal life, not with me, but with my sister, you know, and it's really exciting to see. There are people who just want to give. There are people who are generous. There are people who, like, that is their nature. And my other sister has always said that. You know, there are men who want to give, who want to protect, who want to be generous. That's what they like to do. And, you know, we don't need to settle for anything less. And of course, because you are also going to give. You're not just here receiving. You know, nobody likes to just be well, I don't like that term because it's really rude to princesses, but, like, what the meaning of it is, which is, like, a pillow princess or, like, a passenger princess or whatever. Though it's funny because I've been seeing the word princess a lot, and I've specifically been seeing passenger princess a lot, and not in a negative way. So you could be coming into a position where, like, you could be meeting somebody who has a car Like, LOL. You could just be like coming into a position where you are now going to be like in a relationship with somebody who has a car, and so you're going to be like driving in the passenger seat, like in the front passenger seat a lot. That could be like a fun new upgrade to your life. Like, that's just funny. I've just realized just now that I've been seeing that a lot, and I don't know why, but I just realized just now that I have, or maybe I saw it once, but it's just like coming in with like prominence because it's like, talk about this. But yeah, you could be like meeting somebody with a car, and like it could like really like change things for you. I don't know. And there's just this energy of like being the passenger princess, but it's not like a negative thing. It's not something where it's like, oh, the passenger princess. Like, it's fun. It's cute. It's like sweet. You like it. It's not a weird thing. It's not negative. Even though I was just talking about that other thing, it's not negative at all. It's cute. It's fun. Anyways, what else do we got to say? I like this reading so far. I feel very energized. I don't feel like I'm like tired and I'm ready to wrap it up. Like sometimes I do. Okay, the Four of Cups is back. Sometimes I do feel that way, but I don't feel that way with this. Like at all. Oh wow, the Queen of Wands is back. All the same cards. And then we have Temperance. Okay, I do need to eat soon, though. I will say that. That can be, like, my marker for how I've got to go, because I am hungry, and I'm going to need to eat soon. I've been eating a lot more recently, but I've been, like, being kind to myself and not being too high pressure about weight gain, but I am high pressure about my skin, because sometimes I've been eating the greatest food always. I've been really overindulging in sweets, so that's something that I'm, like, I'm, like, you are aware that you're doing this, right? Because you're going to pay for it later. Anyways, Oh. Okay, we'll save you guys over there. The moon is here, and she's clear, So there could be a queer relationship here. Just because it's just, coming through a lot. Three of Wands. I'm just gonna keep this as a back of the deck energy. But anyway, so let's look at the Four of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and Temperance. I do love tarot. Like, I don't know, like, to me, like, everybody has their magical resource. Like, the Bible is the magical resource for Christians. Like, the Quran is the magical resource for Muslims. What's the Jewish Bible? It's not actually called what is the Torah? The Torah? Or the Tanakh? The Tanakh? The Tanakh? No, but it's the Torah, I think. Yeah, like they've got the Torah. Some people, it's the Alchemist, For me, I feel like it's tarot. Like, and I also read other things, like actual books and things like that. But I love tarot. I just really do. And I feel like that's my form. So you could also be finding your thing, like your resource, And it could be that you're receiving another. But anyways, so with the Four of Cups, I want to say the Four of Wands or the Four of Cups, what you could be receiving here, it could be a Four of Wands kind of magic. But Four of Wands, Temperance, and the Queen of Wands. The only different card here is Temperance. We've got the Moon here. Okay, this is so funny because this is the first time I'm noticing, like, that in this Temperance card, like, they're not touching the moon. And, like, low-key, they're not touching the sun. Like, it's not like it's in their hands. Like, it's an energy that is always moving, right? It's not about having physical control of it. It's something that is moving beyond the physical. Like, it's connected to a different wave of energy, a different type of flow that moves on its own. It doesn't need a physical hand over it to guide it. You know what I mean? Or, like, the hand that is guiding it is not physical. It's like, it's movement, it's wind. It's a different kind, but there is there's a focus here on hands. So there's something in your reach. There's something within reception. There's something in your hands. I don't know. So here with the Temperance, I'm like, for one, I want to say like take it day by day. Take it day by day. I also want to say it's a matter of time. But I also like, part of me also wonders. I'm just looking for a hint because I'm like, it could be something that is really circling your energy, and it could be something that is like, it's not a matter of, like, rest assured is a word that was coming in really strongly. Oh, look, 9/11. Rest assured is a message that was coming through really strongly for today. And it's kind of giving that energy again, which I think I said before, like, where it's not really a matter of whether you can grab onto this or not. Because with Temperance here, it's just kind of like, it's here. Like, the world is in your hands, like, day by night, like, day in and day out, like, day by day, it's going to be circling like you. But it feels like there's more here that I need to understand or I need to discover. I'm like, there's something more here. 9/11, 5, 7, 3, 4, 3, 7, 9, I don't know. There's something more here. One, I wanted to say don't take your eyes off this thing, but then I'm like, I don't know, like, maybe I should come back to this, but hold on. It could be about your gaze, like, it could be the difference of, it could be like where you're looking and then what's in your hand. Like, there's different focuses, like your senses are in different places, right? Like your gaze could be here, but your hands here, like in the Four of Cups. So you're receiving something from your gaze, and same with like the four. But then with the Queen of Wands, her gaze is on her hand. So like, what's really going on? Either way, it could be like a sense of like, either way you're aware of it. So for some people, your gaze could be on this thing and you are aware of it. And the thing that you can't stop thinking about, or the thing that you are currently looking at, is your thing. You know what I mean? Like, you've got it. For somebody else, for another group of people, it could be that your hand is on this thing. Like, you are holding this thing. You've got it physically. It could be that you've got it physically in your arena. It could be that you are connected physically to this thing. There's something about the hands, right? Like, you've got it in your hands. It's something that you are creating actively. It's something that you are doing actively, but your gaze is focused somewhere else. So, like, your mind's somewhere else, but you are doing this thing. So it could be that. And this could be like a day and night. Oh! This could be a day and night kind of energy. Okay, this could be a mirroring type of situation. So this is going back to our King of Wands, Queen of Wands situation. Remember, I was like, the King of Wands is connected to the Four of Cups, but then I was like, scratch that. Well, actually, don't scratch that, because actually I think that this is the King of Wands. This is, like, because I think that this is ultimately, there's many layers to this. Like, we're talking about individual experiences, and then we're also, like, this is like a collective, but we're also talking about partnerships. So, like, people who are entering into relationships, probably with people who are divinely, matched for them. And so there's lots of mirroring happening. And not mirroring in the sense that, like, you're going through the same thing, but just mirroring in the sense that, like, we get to see both of your lives at the same time, clearly, because the stories are connected. So I was saying scratch that around the Four of Cups being the King of Wands, but I also don't think, but now I'm like, actually maybe don't scratch that. And I think I said that before, because I think that this is I think this is the King of Wands, and then this is just obviously the Queen of Wands. So it could also be that there's probably a lot of illusion happening here. We've also got the Moon here, right? We've got the Moon here next to the Knight of Cups, underneath the Knight of Cups. So like, yeah, illusion heavy on the illusion. Just in the sense that like, yeah, things are not what they seem. Like things don't look like what they are. And I think that that's like, oh, okay, things really don't look like what they are. This, you guys, like, okay, so I'm going to say, like, in terms of love and relationships, this really could be a queer relationship. And I know that I've been, like, back and forth about that. It doesn't actually have to be. But, like, it's coming through pretty strong. And not just, like, two women. This could be two men. Or, like, non-binary people. It could be, like, you know, anybody. It could be anyone. But, like, this is very queer. This is really overall giving very queer. At least from this angle. There's lots of queer love coming through here. Oh, look at that. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, and I feel like it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of gaze. The gaze. It's a matter of your gaze also. You know, you've got to be able to... That could also be the thing. Like, if somebody's in the closet or someone is anxious about being with someone of the same sex or someone of the same gender, whatever you want to call it, or someone who's also queer, someone who's nervous to be engaged in a queer relationship, this could be confronting that, because that could be blocking your vision. But either way, like, somebody is showing up. Both people, okay, one person is kind of showing up, like, as they are, and that's like the Queen of Wands energy. Like, it kind of like, you are what you are. And yes, the Queen of Wands was also connected to the Page of Pentacles, we were kind of thinking, that the Queen of Wands was also kind of connected to the Page. Yeah, especially because it was like, we were talking about the hands with the Page of Pentacles. Well, we were kind of talking about the hands with anyways, let's just say that the Queen of Wands is connected to the Page of Pentacles, so that the King of Wands is connected to the Four of Cups. The King of Wands showed up independent, then it showed up on the back of the deck, but now they're showing up nowhere to be seen, but as the Four of Cups, which I dismissed right before. I was like, nah, it's not the Four of Cups. And I would also dismiss the Nine of Swords and connected to the King of Wands. So this could be someone that you are dismissing a lot. Or this could be someone who is dismissing themselves, like, a lot. Like, they're just kind of always taking themselves out of the vision, always taking themselves out of the picture, or putting themselves into the background. Or someone that is constantly circling in your background, but really just isn't in the forefront of your mind. This could be someone who you are opposites with. Could be someone that you are not of the same background, like racial background. Though, I mean, also doesn't have to be that way. It also doesn't have to be that way. If you are an older couple, you could be of the same background. If you are younger, you could be of the... There's something about you that's different. It feels like if you're older, like... If this is an older couple, it feels like someone that is mirroring each other, but it also, like, in appearance, so same background, or like just same look or something like that. But also, if you could be a different background, like different races, different ethnicities, different spiritual beliefs, whatever, but it feels like your soul are like twins. 919, look at that. And the 919 pattern is 919. We've got 9, 1, 9, and that 1 could be like the mirror that shows you, like, you are the same. But it's kind of like with the Five of Wands in the Wandering Star deck, where it's like the two cats and they're different colors and they're looking at each other like, but it's like they're the same. They're the same, they're just different colors. And even here with the moon and the sun, and it's this energy of like they're pushing away the sun, and then the moon just keeps floating around here. So it's like pushing away clarity and like kind of letting the illusion just kind of carry itself through. And just like, but I feel like there's this energy of, but yeah, like, anyways, yeah, this is just what I'm picking up here. Yeah, even here with the black and the white dog, right? Like there's something that you can see clearly in your subconscious, or there's something that you can see clearly in the back of your mind. There's something that you can see clearly at night, something that you can see clearly like in the dark. You might be receiving or you might be hearing something, but you might be hearing it from a perspective where you're like anxious about it, or like it's weird for you and you're just like not really able to settle into it. I don't know, there's something there. There's definitely something there. And like there's this energy of like looking out your window and longing for something, longing for change. I'm seeing a lot of that black and white energy. There really could be somebody that you're of a different background. And if it's not background, it could just be, it could be not a queer relationship. Or you both could be queer, but you're actually, but you're of different genders. I don't know. Anyways, I want to put these aside and focus now on what's happening here. So we've got the Fool. I don't really want to read into the cards that are behind it because I just feel like it's a lot. But I could because they're nice cards. They're good cards. Anyways, I'll put them to the side. Maybe, but not necessarily, yes. Okay, so we've got the Four of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Fool. It's so funny. I used to have a weird relationship with this Four of Swords. Like, I used to always think that the person, was, like, in, like, a bad place. And, like, they were always, like, sleeping somewhere where, like, their heart was not protected. And it's a bird's nest, but it's just because the overall energy of it looks so, like, doesn't it look a little, like, yikes, like, is this person safe? But now, looking at it from an evolved mindset, there does seem to be like a level of vulnerability and expression here, and this is like an aged Four of Swords, right? This is someone who has been on the battleground. They've got their scars. They are not afraid to be themselves at this point. This is someone who can sleep openly next to their heart and be unashamed. Yeah, look at that. There's even like a little stitching there. This is someone who's like been through it, and so they don't need to like hold their defenses to like and be like because they already have been through it. And at this point they can sleep comfortably at night. I think that they understand that there's more to life than being guarded, and like being guarded doesn't get you anywhere. And they've already crossed through different path roads. They've already been boxed in. They know how to draw lines, and they also know how to open themselves up. And they are ready to be, and they already like have a sense of security within themselves, a sense of safety. They already have a sense of home for themselves. This is someone that is, that sleeps well at night, that can rest their head after all that they've worked through and gone through. Also, thinking about the fact that the Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords. So after you go through that heartbreak and that your healing process, you come out so much stronger on the other side. That's what I see with this Four of Swords. I just see I don't know, guys. This could be a queer relationship. Anyways, and then the other side is the Fool. Both here I see both. I see heart open. Like this is these are people. This is someone. This is just an individual. Like where your heart is open. You're not, you're not Four of Pentacles. You're not covering your heart and trying to look at a different way and, avoiding. You're very heart open, vulnerable, free falling. Like things could be snatched from you. Things could be taken from you, but you're not going to let that put you in a place where you are guarded and overprotected. You are letting your light shine, and you are letting your energy, go and slip into whatever it needs to slip into. And I think you're free falling. You're both here. I see heart open. I really see heart open here, and vulnerability and trust. Lots and lots of trust, because also their eyes are closed. So you're not looking at all of the details. You're not looking at and making sure you're not surveying your surroundings. You're just at peace. There's a level of peace here. A level of peace, a level of trust here. And between that, we've got the Two of Cups. Combining to fill each other's cups. And now, like, when you fill your cup, it's not just your own energy, but it's a mix, and that mixed energy really feeds you. And it's connected again to that Ten of Cups rainbow energy. And I see rings here as well. And it could be a non-traditional union, a non-traditional marriage. Because we do have the Four of Wands. I did keep them in position. We do have the Four of Wands. I don't know, man. Like, this also could be a friendship. This totally could be a friendship. Because, like, sometimes I'm like, this is a relationship. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. You could feel that way too. And you could be fine with either option, which is a good place to be in. Do we need anything else? I don't really feel like we do. I just wanna let go, free fall. I don't wanna let trust no more. I just wanna let go and free fall. Catch me, baby, here I come. Yeah, and I mean, you could both be in different places. Like, I see one person, like the Fool, in more of a meditative state. We've also got nines here again. We have 919, that 919 pattern. And look, now at the time we have 99 because it's 927. Where else did we see 99? We had seen that with the 30. Where else did we see 99? But what were we talking about when we saw 99? Because we saw 2727. What were we talking about when we saw 99? I don't remember. But anyways, the nines are coming through. Okay. Anyways, okay. Yeah, let me focus. So, I don't know. I feel like the message is clear. I feel like the message is clear. It's abundant. It's wealthy, and you could forever be digging into this, but I think you already know what it is. And I think I've said enough. You know, like, I see wealth here. I see wealth here, but like personal richness, like a true like self-fulfillment. And then I also see a lots of feminine energy here, like lots. And even with the masculine energy of the King of Wands that came through, we talked about the goddess Sekhmet. So again, even more feminine energy. Like, you know, but ultimately. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of feminine energy, lots of cups energy as well. So lots of emotional, like overwhelming emotional abundance. But yeah, I mean, queer relationships are coming through strong here, which I don't really always like pick up on. But Four of Wands, like, it's a different type of union. You know, it's not stereotypical. It's not what you might have been expecting. It's something that could really be more of a friendship than anything else. The romantic part might be something that you have to discover. It might be something that you grow into. It might be something that you build over time. Or it could be something that is just being hidden from you. Or it could be something that you have to open your eyes to, you know, because it might be more comfortable to stay in the flow of friendship, which is fine. I don't feel like there's anything around this that is like, be careful. Like, I don't see anything like that. It just is what it is. But I see like a path of self-discovery here, and a lot of like self-fulfillment, enrichment, and like where the journey takes you. Even like there's like an evolution of your craft as you get more engaged and more involved with your craft. There's an evolution, and like
the wealth that it brings through really engaging with that. Again, coming through with the weaving and the sewing from the Four of Cups to the Queen of Pentacles. You know, there's a real evolution with what you create and what you sit on. Like, I feel like what you create is something that you quite literally, like, it creates your life. Like, you are able to use within your own life the things that you create. It is like the throne that you sit upon, your creation. It's like your golden chest. Yeah, there's something powerful around that. But there's this energy of like free falling into union. Union of self, union of love, union of friendship. But free falling and really trusting, heart open. You know, falling into this transformation. It could be something, on one end it could be an active free fall, on another end it could just be like, you know, my heart's here, I'm open for the taking, you know, and on both ends there's like this eyes closed, like you don't need to see everything. There's a lot of trust. This, because that day and night energy, I mean, we haven't seen the sun, so it's not necessarily like a day and night energy, but like with her sleeping here, like, it really could be a matter of days. It could be a matter of how many nights, how many moons, you know. But lots of eyes closed. I feel like trusting your vision or accessing a higher vision. Also just like your dreams. Your dreams really could be speaking. But I think that that's kind of it. Spirit, do you have anything else to say about the tens? About, I don't even know what I'm going to call this reading. I'll shuffle 10 times. I usually shuffle 5. Okay, so 1. Am I actively trying to make sure I don't get any other cards? Maybe. 2. I mean, we'll just take them as confirmation. 3. I mean, if we must read into them, we will. 4. 6 of Cups. That one I was thinking about. When was I thinking about the 6 of Cups? I was thinking about it, I think, in the very beginning, because I think I was looking at... okay, fine, damn. And Temperance, and oh, yeah, I was thinking about it with the 4 of Cups. I was, wasn't I? And Temperance, and the Page of Pentacles, I mean, not the Page of Pentacles, the Hermit, but that could be who so, anyways, it's just for my own thinking, because the Page of Pentacles could be connected to the Hermit, which was connected to the Fool. The, 4 of Cups could be connected to the 4 of Swords, which was connected to the 4 of Wands. So that could be the and also the Queen of Wands. So someone who is really creative and like expressive and like la 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 la. Both of you could be coming to get. You both could be business people, and you could both grow a business or something. But it doesn't have to be that way. Anyways, the 4. Okay, well that together makes the 10 of Cups. It was just confirmation, like I said. Anyways. 5. I'll look into it more, but I'm just making sure there's so many cards. 6. The spiders are all over me. 6. 7. I think that was already 7. 8. 9. 10. Yeah, something is definitely coming into fruition. Look at that, the 10 of Pentacles. At the back of the deck, and what's that behind it? The 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. Like, it's not just about fulfillment of self. It's a fulfillment of a greater union as well, and coming together within that. Anyways, and also the 7s. But, yeah, we've got the 4 of Swords there, the Knight of Cups. Anyways, 6 of Cups, 4 of Cups, Temperance. 10 of Pentacles at the back of the deck, 10 of Cups here. And that was literally what this reading was about. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. These are assured. These are confirmed. Like, it is what it is. You are receiving these. You are receiving these. And it's like, you've received them along the way. Like, this is something that has been a lifelong journey since you were a child till now. And something that will sustain you into your older years. Like, this is something that will grow with you, something that will evolve with you. Like, this is something that will last a very long time, will last you throughout your life. This is something that will take you and carry you throughout your life. There is an energy here around the Seven of Cups, but I feel like it's just a matter of, it might be what you do with those Three of Cups. Like, you might need to find a new purpose. There's also something here around refurbishing. You could refurbish or repurpose, and that could be part of your skill or of your craft, you know? Because, like, part of, like, the Ten of Cups, like, some cups run out, you know? They're not all self-replenishing magical cups, but then you refurbish them. And that's your gift, working with your hands to recreate, figure out what to do so that your Ten of Cups is always self-sustaining. That's your work, right? But it's only, like, 3 cups that are focused around work. The rest of them are self-sustaining. Legacy, you know, like it's real. This is real wealth. Because even with the Seven of Cups, it's abundant. It's just that it becomes like, I don't know what to do. But yeah, those 3 cups could really manifest as like like how you manifest. It could be how you create, how you refurbish, how you refill, how you replant, how you create, remold. Figure out what you want to do with those 3 cups. Could be like could be a part of like a journey of refurbishing or something like that, redesigning, reclaiming, recycling, something around that. But re-envisioning, but taking something that once had a previous life and making it new again. Lots of 11s around there. That could be more of a hint. Think about that more, like how you can transform something, how you can continue to feed something and change it and shift it over time. And it's something that, like, you know, circles, so it never runs out. Like, it can always be changed. It can always be evolved. Always, resculpted. I don't know. There's something around that. Something that can be repainted. It's like there's a visual aspect of this, like a visual art aspect. But I imagine that this could also be something different, something more than that. But that is like a big thing. Anyways, okay. So, thank you so much. That is the reading. I really enjoyed it, and I'm not even exhausted, so I feel like that's a really good sign. But I also did just wake up from like a 2-hour nap. But yeah, I really enjoyed this reading, and I will see you guys later. Oh, I have music out. Under my... I have it. Wealth is pouring into my life. That was the affirmation that just came through. Well, I wasn't even focused on it. I'm telling you, it's already assured. Wealth is pouring into my life, and you might not even be able to see it, girl. Anyways, let me show you my music that's out in case you want to listen to it. So I have a bunch of music out. Oh, what the hell? Why is it not available in my region? Oh, help. Anyways. So these are all, like, my songs. Like, this is my music. These 2 albums, I had previously released them, but I deleted them because I was upset with streaming platforms. But anyways, some days I think about. Anyways, so my artist name is Zanala Halisha. And, if you want to listen to my songs, they're on here. I have more coming out throughout the month, and then my sisters and I have a song coming out called The Weight Off My Back, which I'm really excited about. And then, and maybe I can give you like a little preview, and then I'm working on a song right now that I'm really excited about that I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call it yet. But let me just like go to a certain part. Okay. Bye. Bye.